This isn't a super complicated. There's not a lot of layers here, guys. This isn't Possum Part 2. This is Vacancy. This is a very okay movie to put on in the background. This is a very okay movie to put on for your parents. You know, not calling your parents stupid or anything, but at least in my life, I know a lot of the older generations, they're not analyzing these films that they're popping on the background while they're doing whatever the hell, after watching the 6 o'clock news. They don't have the highest standards for movies. So this is like a fun little thriller to put on the background and be like, whoa, dude's kind of crazy. Peek over every now and then. Maybe you get sucked in for like 8 straight minutes and then you're like, kind of dumb. Let me get some text back. That's what this is. This is perfectly okay for that. So let me walk through the movie because I did take a few notes, a few things of interest that I wanted to talk to you guys about. It immediately begins with this weird, like, bootleg Max Payne intro. I don't know why I'm saying Max Payne. I feel like I'm disrespecting Max Payne, but the music is very. It's like a groovy, suspenseful, upbeat, almost like a badass coming to murder a bunch of people. Not really a horror movie, even it is thriller. It doesn't matter. So they almost immediately die at the beginning of the movie because Luke Wilson, and I feel like I just want to keep calling him that for the rest of the movie, Luke Wilson almost gets into an accident because there's a raccoon that runs in the middle of the road, and he doesn't want to run it over because he's a good person, good Samaritan. It's respectable. They don't die. His wife immediately wakes up, and then you realize, oh shit, that's Kate Beckinsale. But more importantly, oh shit, she's annoying as fuck and the worst character in this movie, and I actually want her to die in the movie as soon as possible because she's I don't use these words, I don't stand by these words. She's an annoying bitch in this movie. Once again, apologizing, not my words. He calls her a bitch. I'm paraphrasing what Luke said, but she's written in as that, right? It's not even offensive what I'm saying. She's written in to be a fucking cunt in this movie as soon as the movie starts because she's asleep. As soon as she wakes up, she is unbearable to listen to. And Luke just takes it like a man and gives her little snarky remarks. And that's probably one of the most enjoyable parts of this movie. Not her, but Luke Wilson. He is a very, very lovely person to play someone who's passive aggressive. I think he does an incredible job at that. He's not only convincing, but he's comedic. Quick Jarritos break, thank you. They are driving down who the hell knows where. Luke's pulling the old, I'm a man, I know where we are because I have a map. You see this 9-foot map that I can open up fully while I'm driving? Of course I know where I'm going, fuck off. He doesn't know where he's going. They pull over at a gas station that has one of those on-site gas clerks. What are they called? Gas attendants? Those guys? In like the fucking pilgrim villages? I don't know. And he comes out and he's like, okay, you almost caught me at the end of my shift. I can help you out. They don't get gas. He just checks their car because Luke says he hears some noise. And he's like, yeah, no, you should be fine. It's okay. You immediately can tell something's going wrong, right? There's not a lot of mystery in this movie. You're just watching something play out. And you just want to see how it's going to play out, right? They're not coming in here with this crazy expectation of you're here for a ride. You're not. You're watching a ride. You're watching a roller coaster. You're not on it. That's what this movie is. The guy, one fun part about this interaction is at the end of it, the guy's all happy and cheery, and then he gives Luke's wife a sparkler. He's like, yeah, well, when you're at fucking 4th of July gas station, you always get a sparkler to leave. And he's like, oh, the boss makes me say that. Like it's their protocol to do that? To give away sparklers at a gas station? I don't know. It must not be that much education out there. I'm assuming. I don't know what's happening down there. They're by the fucking mountains in Whoville, so I don't know what to tell you. With that, they start to drive, and wouldn't you know it, the car just breaks down because the guy clearly sabotaged them because he's a terrible person. They bicker more and more. This is the movie, is them just talking shit to each other for like 20 minutes. They walk back to the gas station to hopefully run into that guy, even though we know that's not possible. But this is one of the fun parts about the movie. He's there at the gas station. He's like, yeah, no, I don't see any lights in there. I don't think he's here anymore. I'm going to go see what's up there. And he walks, and then there's a motel like 10 feet, like a rock's throwing distance away from the gas station, which was never mentioned. No one talked about it. Instead of being like, hey, let's go to the motel and stay there until we can, you know, take care of this car. They're like, let's go look at the fucking abandoned gas station. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Just one of the, that's the persnickety brain I was telling you about, where you're like, that's fucking stupid, Luke, but I like you, so we'll let it pass. They go in, they meet the motel owner, and they hear a woman screaming, crying at the top of her lungs like she's getting murdered. I mean, if you play this sound for anybody, they will instantly think, whoa, someone is definitely dying. Surprisingly, Amy gets that vibe, and she's like, we should probably leave. Meanwhile, my boy Luke is like, no, come on. His little Owen Wilson voice. He's like, no, come on, let's check it out. No, let's do this. No. And he starts ringing the fucking bell like, can I get some service, please? Yeah, come on. Can you take a break from the fucking autopsy you're doing back there? I would love a room. Am I taking too long in describing this story? I feel like I'm walking you too slow. We can skip. We can totally skip around. I know I don't need to do this, right? I'm maybe holding your hand a little bit too much. It's fine. We'll skip ahead. Motel owner is kind of a douchebag, or more of a dirtbag, excuse me. But he's a cool guy. I like his character in the movie. He's funny in a weird way. Once they're in the room, they start hearing these loud bangs and start to realize something's wrong, especially when they find the tapes that were purposely left there, which are basically snuff films. Once he sees the snuff films and realizes, well, this is the same room that this film is set in, he goes to check. He sees 2 hidden DSLRs, because those are so fucking stealthy, and he's like, oh man, they're watching us in this same exact room. They do not run for at least a minute straight while taking all of this in. They just keep watching the snuff film like they can't turn away. And then obviously, you know, this is where the fun begins. They've lost their chance. They're pretty much boned, right? Now, how did those break? Excuse me. This is going to be one of those movies where you have to watch it with the expectation of nothing. You cannot go in there expecting logic from the mountainside mobsters trying to get into the room to murder them. You just can't, because if you focus too much on that, you're gonna miss all the fun.